Who doesn't want a tactical crossbow with a rocket launcher? Oh yeah. Let's go talk about this. Hello friends, hello YouTube. Rainbow here with the first Nerf mod video of 2020, and I thought I'd make it a big one. This is Razorsong LS-32. And now you might be thinking, if you follow me on social media, 32? It's like, aren't you up to 50? Yes, I'm up to 50. That means this blaster has been in the making for quite some time, and as a matter of fact, it has. Spectre N7 from the Brit Nerf community, you might still remember this. FoamFest last year, I've been talking to you about this idea of having a Demolisher integrated with a Raptorstrike. And pretty much a week after FoamFest is when I started this build. Now, about a month before FoamFest, I finished it. Well, let's say a month before FoamFest was cancelled. But anyway, so this has been in the making for quite some time for different reasons. Before we talk details about this, I'm going to give you an overview as per. And because it's big and heavy, I'm trying to do this as good as I can. So we're going to start from the front here to the side. Get the name tag up there. And to the back here. I'm going to swap it round. I actually quite like the look from there. And I'm going to swap it around, that here, and back up to the front, which looks quite intimidating from the front. A little bit like a star, like a spaceship kind of thing. Quite like it. Alright, let's talk details. What do we have here? As I said, it's a Raptorstrike stock with a Demolisher, Demolisher being the main blaster because I like the Demolisher. It's a love-hate relationship, really, and I'll tell you later in the video why. Demolisher here. And then I actually planned, the original idea was to have the Demolisher integrated in the Raptorstrike, to have the Raptorstrike front over here. But I couldn't find a way to make this work in a way that I find it aesthetically pleasing. So I've been working around for weeks, and then I just saw that Crossbolt that was sitting in my workshop and had nothing to do. And so I was like, let's maybe. And yes, it just fit perfectly. It was a lot of cutting and fine-tuning, but it actually fit very nicely. So like the lines up here, actually they're perfectly aligned here with the alignment of the barrel and the flywheel. So I didn't have to mess around with this, which was great. And yeah, there's a lot of other things that happen to this blaster. So let's talk about it step by step, going from front to back. That makes the most sense. And then we talk about the inside later. Crossbolt in the front here, as we see. The crossbolt roughly goes to about here, okay? You can see, which is the purpose of a good integration, you can't really see where the gap is, but it's about there. And I kept the crossbolt arms because I like crossbows. I like the look of crossbows, and also I think it's a nice touch with having these, because you can still take them off. If you look at it like that, it just looks a bit lost to me. So alright, let's talk about this feature real quick. I've taken these arms out without breaking the inner, can I show this? Without breaking the inner holding mechanism right there. Oh, it's black on black. I don't know if you see this right there. Which means, and I've carefully Dremel out the rest here, which means I can just put them in here and they'll just friction fit and hold. And I can shake this blaster around like however I want. They don't fall off. Like I've tried. I've been running around the house and shooting people. So the great thing about this is, though, in terms of storage, it makes it really easy because I can take these off, and then I could just put the blaster on the wall or put it aside or pack it when I go to wars or whatever. So this is the feature here with all the paint that's stuck in here and all the paint that's on there. I have a lot of friction as well. So yeah, that works like a charm. Behind the arms are the rocket holders, and I've been doing a little Instagram quiz on what this was. These were, I'm going to put this off so you can see, these were in fact designed by my friend Fetevors. Thank you, man, for helping me out. If you don't know him, check him out. I'm going to put his Instagram link in the description. He makes insane stuff, and they are custom designed for this build. As you can see, they're asymmetrical and off-center, and that's on purpose so that when you look at it from the front with the arm on, the arm actually sits in the middle between the two rockets. And this is why they're designed that way. So if I take this one off as well, you can see that the top one is longer, a lot longer than the bottom one, and it's on both sides. So this look actually is fantastic. And then they are screwed in, solid pin quality, and they are screwed into here so that when I'm running around with the blaster, I can just easily pull off a rocket right here, and I can as easily put it back on without having to worry about the attachment going anywhere. This is also the design choice that went into those, because I don't like pulling off rockets to the front. Or in all honesty, I couldn't with this, but in my head it was just always like, okay, just pull them up like this, and then if you have to put them back from here, it's a lot easier, because you go here, reload, and then you grab it somewhere, put it back on. Moving back on the blaster, we have custom made 3D printed nameplates, also done by Fetterwurst, and they are fantastic. So you can see here, it's a 3D printed plate, and then I've just painted it as well, and we've got the numbers plate as well over here. Some people have been complaining that my handwriting on blasters is just not their cup of tea, so I've decided to, just look into other options, and this is one other option that I like for certain builds, and I will do for certain builds. So we have this here. Up top here, if you can tell, like this might look familiar, that piece here actually is from a Recon Prime, because the Demolisher that's underneath here doesn't have a tech rail up here, and I just wanted this to be a tech rail up here so I can attach a scope. But then at the Blaster DE meetup in July last year, my friend Sam suggested, why not make it a complete top rail? And then he gave me the bits, and I thought, no, I don't want it. And he just put them on the blaster, and I looked at it and I was like, oh, damn it, dude, that looks fantastic. So what's on here now is the Worker Retaliator kit, and it's just a perfect fit from all the way here to right there. And I have a flip-up sight as well, which I got of, I think, AK Blaster Mod, probably, yep. And this just completes the look of this build. I just love this rail. And because I knew that people were going to ask me about this blaster and how I've attached the top rail, I've recorded a video while I was building it, which is on my Instagram. So if you haven't seen that yet, go check out my Instagram. Link is in the description, and it's an explanation of how this works. Basically, it's the Nerf rail from the Recon Prime up here, and underneath here there is the Worker Retaliator kit part worked into the shell. So the shell still opens and everything. I can open the shell with the top front part of the rail on it, which is great because I don't have to remove it. I just slide that part off and can remove it. Moving on to the triggers, I have the original triggers in here, and I decided to keep them orange. First off, because it works with everything and all the orange on the blaster. Secondary, because painting moving parts is always a hassle, and I just wanted to try it out this way. The green one here is a custom design mag release by my friend Kevin, and he's done this design for the Valerie build, which is the one back there. And I have one in green. I have them in several colors, and they're great because I can choose to, like, while I'm running about, I can choose to just sort of knock the mag out like this, or I can knock it out like this. So if I'd be up here, just swap it out easy, or if I was kind of busy and just using the thumb, and yeah, it perfect fit. Such a lovely design, and yeah, thanks so much for that, Kevin. Moving on to the back of the blaster, I have installed a voltmeter where the Raptorstrike had the original priming indicator. So I've just opened up that gap a little bit more and installed a voltmeter here. And this thing is wired into the circuit and has a switch which is connected to the jam door, like the classical sort of thing. When it's closed, it is off. The moment you open the jam door, you can see it turns on right there. And the moment I close it, it turns off again, and it turns on and off and on and off. So whenever I need to know the voltage situation about my circuit, I can just open this and have a look. But to be on the safe side, I also have a Lipo warner in here, which will let me know when one of the cells is dropping below a certain threshold. Where is the Lipo in this thing? Original battery tray over here is definitely not enough, so I have integrated, or I've made a new battery tray right here. So you can take out these two screws and you can open this bit here, and then you can see the Lipo. And I'm going to show this to you. Just give me a second. So I've opened these two screws, and yes, it takes a little while, but I don't have thumb screws that are long enough to actually go all the way through here. I'm hunting down, like, if you guys know thumb screws that are big enough, I definitely swap these. But then if you take this out, this is just that piece, And this is the rest of the battery tray. You can see the 2S Lipo in here, XC60 connector, and the Lipo 1 up here. And then the cable runs through here all the way down there. And now, just so I don't drop the Lipo, because I have dropped it before, I'm going to put this back on. Before we talk about the internals, quickly talk about the paint job. The paint job is a flat black over the entire blaster, and then I have sponge painted these neon colors on top of this, and they are actually fantastic. And I don't know, there we go. I need to turn on the light really quick. All right, this is really dark, and I trusted UV light pen. So if I hold this onto there, you can see how bright these colors react to UV light. And wherever I put the sponge paint with the UV colors, that's the reaction that you have, and it's just insane. Put the light back on so you can see me. There we go. And yeah, sponge painting. I have different videos on how to do sponge paints, and if you guys need to know, I can make a tutorial. Let me know in the comments if you want one, then I can make one. And over the sponge paint there is rainbow glitter, because why not? You can never have too much glitter. When you hold this thing in the sunlight, it just reflects in all the colors and sparkles, and it's just gorgeous. Let's quickly talk internals. This thing is wired to a 2S, as you've seen. I have got Fang revamps in here in a 3D printed cage. I'm running black worker high crush wheels. The whole thing is rewired with an 18 AWG rewire and a double, no, I think it's a 21 amp switch down here. Other modifications done to this blaster, I have tried to modify the rocket launcher as good as I possibly could. So I've increased the seal, there's Teflon tape in there. Well, there's actually lots of Teflon tape in it. You really need like a proper push to actually shoot the rockets, but they fly amazingly. I've also drilled out the top here to have less air resistance just up here. So when you probably shoot this, this actually goes a far way, really straight. And it comes back, and it's right here. Fantastic. I've modified this to the max so I think it's actually still usable. It requires a lot of force, but it's fun, and you can shoot rockets really, really far. If you're interested, I'm just going to add a fire demo of the rocket launcher. The other thing is the 2S setup in here. The Demolisher is a noisy blaster, so be aware this will be loud. I said earlier the Demolisher is a love-hate relationship, and it's because of the noise. I love the Demolisher as a base. It's really big and beefy. It has the rocket launcher, which I love, and the only thing is, because it has like this double triple layer of plastic shell laying on top of each other, it's actually really loud, and it's just, there's a lot of room for sound to resonate, and so this is why this gets so loud, and that's why I hate it at the same time, because I always know when I'm building a Demolisher and I'm putting the motors in, I know it's going to be loud, and this actually is loud, but nevertheless I still love this blaster. I'm so happy that this is finally done. I can't wait for events to kick off in a couple of months, because I really want to take this out for a play. I want to take it to events, and yeah, I just want to rock this blaster. This is going to be in my personal armory for quite a while now. If I was going to go to End War, this would be my primary. It has roughly around 110 feet, and it's awesome. So I hope you like this build. This is the start of a series of new videos to come. I'm constantly editing more stuff, so stay tuned. If you have any questions, if you want to see anything in particular, if you want to have a fire demo of the rocket launcher, might put this on Instagram just as a quick one. Because of the weird situation of this year and the whole crisis going on, all the events being cancelled, I have a lot of spare time. So right now would be a really great time for you to ask me for commission. So if you want me to build you something, you know, get in touch. Email is below. And yeah, tell me what you think about this blaster. Tell me how this looks to you. Tell me, yeah, what you would have done differently, or what you really like about this. Leave a comment, leave a like, leave a sub. Thanks to everybody who was involved with the build, to everyone who helped. Fetterwurst, Kevin, Sam, everyone who gave me ideas or who helped me out, like BMAG, and all the people that were involved in this. Shout out to my patrons. You guys are amazing. Thank you for your support. And if you want to become a patron and see amazing more content, please go check it out. Links in the description. Alright, this brings me to the end of the video, and with no further ado, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to check out my website, my social media, my Patreon, my Instagram. It's all linked in the description below. Also, check out the 2 videos now linked on screen, and make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you know when stuff's going on. And other than that, I'll see you on the Nerf battlefields. Stay healthy and love and sunshine, my friends.